the thing with Brunswick is like, is this stuff's being moved out that way. It's like it's moving out to Northcote and it's moving out to Brunswick. It's being moved out of Fitzroy. It's being moved out of the city mostly. So you're seeing like the rise of warehouse gigs. Like you had Articulating Space on a warehouse in Hope Street. That was the that actually got broadcast on ABC. That was like the electronic performance space organised by Anthony Pateras and Robin Fox. That was improvised electronica. You're just seeing a whole bunch of warehouse spaces just open up in Brunswick, especially over the last 5 years, I'd say. Like Brunswick is actually becoming quite a hub of activity simply because the spaces are now available.
So we were prime prospects, prime suspects, prime suspects, whichever way you want to put it. Prospects, prime suspects, whichever way you want to put it. Prime suspects, whichever way you want to put it. Prospects, prime suspects, whichever way. Prospects, prime suspects, whichever way you want to put it.
The thing about Cam was schizophrenic, and he really sussed it out, but he had his moments of crazed inspiration and all. So anyway, so we're driving along, or he's driving along, and then he suddenly winds down the windscreen, shakes his fist out the window and yells out, "Team Red!" And I said to him, that'd be a really good name for a band. It was a sound art gig, and he thought I'd be into it, and it was just interesting because I read this thing and this person saying I'm cartoon sound, I'm just a cartoon.
I was interested in working with him because he was very much into kind of cross collaboration and cutting and pasting and collage, and I really liked that philosophy of bringing this and putting that into there and bringing some other influence and bringing some sample from there, and cross-platform arts.
He gave me his address and I sent him a collage, and then he came to the sandwich party that was my birthday party, and then it's just funny, the whole Wagga thing comes around, like we get to the point where we're going to go to Wagga Wagga for Unsound, and it's like I know Jez's sound stuff, and then it's like why don't you come as part of Team Red?
From when I first joined, Cam would be kind of the more technical sort of side of things, so he was using audio mulch and sound programs to kind of make up more beats and more kind of solid musical elements, where Bill would be grabbing samples of sound either from tapes, his friends' answering machines, and then putting that into the computer, into Adobe Audition, and he might have 30 seconds of sound, but he'd just cut and paste and mix and edit and put effects and stretch it and bring it out, and he'd have like a 3-minute track out of this 30-second sound piece, which I really liked, and the strange rhythms that he would creating rhythms through sound rather than beats or drum kit or an electronic beat. He would create these really, really cool textured rhythms and samples. And then then I came on board mostly doing vocals or just microphones. So sometimes I'd be tearing up paper in the background, and that's all I'd do for one of the tracks.
Bill and my wife played in a band called Don't Bury Us Before We're Dead. And then from there, I met Jez through Bill, and then slowly in an incestuous way we just started to play together in a few different outfits.
People find it a little bit interesting. They find what we're doing interesting. Like after the gig or during the gig, people come up and is he using tape decks? Is that what And we've had people come up. How are you getting that sound just out of that little tape deck in that little box? lo-fi, gristle, crunch, fuzz, sampling, madness. Bill staying up till dawn, reworking, cutting and pasting a sample, sound collage, noise pop, multimedia, performance art enthusiasts.
The equivalent of me doing a scribble or using crayons is me using live instruments and then remixing them against each other. And then the equivalent of me using a photo or collage is taking a sample from film or from live sounds, but it's still like a concrete thing, and then remixing that, and then I remix them.
A lot of people sometimes don't know what to make of it, don't know what bin to put us in, what category, what box we're supposed to fit in. But the whole nature of the project is pretty free and pretty loose, and we all give each other room to have our voices and to have our ideas expressed.
Passionate Tongues, Michael Reynolds.
Brunswick.
No, it's the pub across the road from the spot.
Which is
not
the
the east.
Colonial?
No, the Brunswick Hotel. Brunswick.
Brunswick.
Northcote. Brunswick.